We love hip hop.
Here's what I want to do first. I want to set an apology. All right. I might have to bring you guys back through the lore of what happened here. Okay. Now, what happened was there was some changes that happened over at Flow 98.7. Okay. And big salute to everybody over at Flow 98.7. Okay. Big salute to Peter Cash. Big salute to Patricia Jaggernauth. Big salute to Celebrity Drew, DJ Ritz, all my people over there at Flow 98.7, people who I've known for a long time and people who I'm getting to know over this whole debacle. There was some changes that were made over there. Okay, let's do this first. Let's open up just so I can give you guys a little bit of insight on the changes that did happen. Pow. Okay. Budman no apologize. No. Budman do apologize. That's what you call them, Budman. Because they're, or big man. Bad man don't apologize, but big man do. You see it? So here's some of the changes. This is the morning show.
Shade towards LeBron James there.
Why don't we talk a little bit about what's flowing in entertainment, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. So Drake has actually hit the airwaves once again, breaking the internet as him and Kevin Durant diss Anthony Edwards in this new shoe ad. On Instagram, he went hard yesterday, channeling the Movers a bit, inspired by. Let's listen to this clip. Go ahead.
Candyman, the baddest shoes in.
All right, so they've made some changes over there. The Extra Gravy show is part of their mix. Okay, so now Extra Gravy show runs every Saturday directly from Flow.
But once you see it's rammed every year, why would you even put your baby in that environment?
Right. Salute to Marlon Palmer, salute to Duke. I don't know your name, Shorty. Marlon's sister, who's also one of the hosts of the show. My apology, I don't know your name, but salute to you as well.
People are smoking everywhere, cigarettes, kush.
Yeah,
people are
it's that.
injecting themselves in alleyways. People are drinking all over the place. People are fighting. It's madness.
And it was like 9. I was still seeing strollers, babies, like, bro.
Right. So now this show that they have on their, platforms or whatever, Spotify, anywhere else, you could also find it on Saturdays on Flow. All right. They made the announcements here. Extra Gravy will be on Flow 11 a.m. every Saturday. Okay. And the most contentious thing, right? And the big salute to Celebrity Drew, evenings with Celebrity Drew, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And big salute to all the radio listeners. Okay. Because we're not gonna act like radio is dead. Okay, let me ask you guys in the chat here, do you still listen? Because I know that some people, and myself included, to radio, have made comments about radio, whether it's Hot 97, whether it's whatever, saying, the radio is dead. But it's not completely dead. Okay, there's a lot of people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people when you're thinking about North America, who are still listening to radio stations on their way to work, on the way back from work, on the way to a bunch of different things. People who are coming into the city and they're like, what's the move out here? What's the vibe out here? So they try to go to the local radio station to hear what's going on in the city, right? So a morning show is extremely important. And prior to that, they had, let's see. Okay, because when you go to the images and you go to their morning show, originally, it was Marlon and Ace. Okay, but then there was some changes over there, and then they put Patricia in there. Okay, I can't play the audio because there's some copyrightable stuff in there.
Did you guess it? The new morning show host, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay. So then from there, people made their comments. All right. You know what? Actually, if I go back here under the announcement, the comment might still be there. And this is from Patricia J's Instagram as well. After 4 years away from the mainstream media, I'm proud to announce that I am joining Flow 98.7 FM as the new morning host alongside Specs the Boss. Okay, Mondays to Fridays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. beginning this Monday, June 8th at 6 a.m. as Flow celebrates 25 incredible years and embraces a bold new chapter. I'm honored to join the extraordinary team of broadcasters, DJs, creators, and industry heavyweights who are helping shape the future while paying respects to legacy that built this iconic brand. All right. Let me see if I can find that comment. Is it in here? Because the comment might have got deleted, to be honest. Because there was a comment from Mr. Lewin that was kind of on the negative side, but I probably won't find it in here. Anywho, so like I've showed you the changes over here. We're clear on that. We have the schedule over here. Everybody there. Q. So there was some responses from Relentless Diaries, and let's see if this is still up. Relentless Diaries made some comments on this. And listen, they're not the only ones who made comments, but multiple people made comments. Okay, and I'm sorry to have to dig up old shit, but I got to dig up old shit to get to why I'm apologizing now. All right? So
her name is Patricia.
So here's the comments. Okay, and let me see if I can find the comment from my youth. And a lot of people commented on them. They're very popular on Instagram as well as other places, but on Instagram, their posts get mad traction. All right, that's one thing I give them on their promotion front. Okay, so let's play the clip.
Patricia Jaggernauth, Patricia J, she goes by.
Yeah. Patricia J.
At first, I didn't know who she was. I'm like, yo, who is this? Like, I've never seen. Then when I started to look, I'm like, bro, I remember her from CB24. We want a radio station to maintain the essence of like Black culture. I don't know. And like I said, I'm sure she's very qualified from like a media standpoint, but like from a cultural standpoint, I don't know how much she can really connect with Black Toronto. Like, I don't know if she's ever heard the market in her life.
So you think she's out of touch?
Slightly. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I do, compared to Marlon and Ace,
Right.
I do think that she's slightly out of touch with like new artists. Like, I don't even know if she could maybe name 5 Toronto artists that are up and coming.
You think she got 3 Pressa songs?
Hell no. She doesn't know 3 Pressa songs. No way.
But do you think that's why they brought on the other person to
so then
to balance
the
that
co-host, the new co-host of hers is also Specs. Right? Specs the Boss, who is an OG cemented
culturalist institution.
Yeah, DJ in Toronto. Again, though, and I don't want people to get upset, I do think Specs again is a little bit older. So I don't know how much he flexes to, again, it's like the younger, but up and coming talent.
Again. Okay. So yeah, I know I'm squeezing the life out of this clip. I know, right? Why did she apologize? No, she did not apologize. Okay. After this happened.
Do not.
And this is from, and there's a post or a comment in here from Limitless VIP Concierge. And it says, grow up YNs. You don't know who Patricia is, laugh out loud. Then who are you? All right. If like asking if you don't know who Patricia is, then who are you?
Come onto my platforms page. Do not come and speak on 4 educated Black people who sit here and ever call us YNs. The people in the comments who were talking about her partner, I defended that. And I said, who she chooses has nothing to do with what I am saying. I don't care who she's married to or who she's engaged to, whatever that is, right? As I said, I knew from before that she also had a lawsuit against Bell Media about 4 years ago, where she had sued for racial discrimination.
That's not the only place.
She got a settlement.
And she got a settlement. Someone had messaged me and they said, yo, I saw you defending her man in the comments, but did you know what he called you in the comments?
Ooh.
And I said, what are you talking about? So I'm scrolling the comments and he called us YNs.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
What's his background?
He's white.
Woo!
Yo! No.
My gripe now is, do not come onto my platforms.
So basically, that started a whirlwind of madness, okay, with podcasts chiming in. Of course, all of the Toronto podcasts, we got to go and start, we got action. And we went crazy, okay, myself included. I did the live stream the other day. We went searching and searching all through Patricia's Instagram to go try to find her hubby, okay? So let's clear up a couple of things. And just before I do that, this is what ended up happening afterwards. And I won't be able to play all of the audio for this, but I'll play you just a little bit of the song just so you can get the point.
All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
Okay. Song. Perfect. All right. Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us. Perfect. Perfect. So some people are confused. So then she says here in her caption, some people confuse access with entitlement, opinion with facts, and silence with weakness. Fortunately, facts have a way of speaking for themselves. Wishing everyone proud energy. Wishing everyone the energy they put out. Okay. She also put in here pinned comment. My husband did not make the comment he's been accused of, and the record has been clarified with the individual who made the defamatory accusation against him. Okay. Shall I repeat? My husband did not make the comment that he has been accused of, and the record has already been clarified with the individual that made the defamatory accusation against him. Okay, so basically, I think you guys can see this. It's not the husband who did the comment, and I'll explain to you guys in a minute. But this was already communicated through the party involved, and I guess the party involved would be Zoe. I don't know if they're talking about the whole podcast or Zoe specifically, but the party involved, I would just assume, is Zoe. This was communicated to her that wasn't her husband, because her husband is technically not a white man. Okay, he's kind of like how Czar is. Okay, Czar's Turkish. Okay, and half Turkish. I forget the other half. Okay, sorry to you, Czar. If you're in the comments, let me know. Okay, but Czar is not white. He's not a caker, as they called him. And the same thing with Homeboy. He's Albanian. All right, so he's not a white man, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he can get away with saying YNs. Okay, but from what it's saying here, her husband did not make the comment. So I'll continue. She has been given opportunity to retract and apologize for her reckless accusations. I won't be commenting more, as this is now a legal process. Okay, it's a legal process. So now I did my investigative reporting. Like I said, we did the live stream the other day. We had a good time. We joked, we kidded. Okay. Syrian and Turkish. Thank you. People in the chat know more than me myself, who sits with this man like twice a week. My bad, Czar. Syrian and Turkish. Okay. Big salute to Solo 5073. Okay. Big salute to DJ Czar. But yeah, the point is, lied. But here's the thing. When she mentioned this post here, in this post, that her husband did not make the comment, and that's the comment that's coming from the account, I had been notified, and I had conversations behind the scenes. It wasn't just like a quick DM here and there. Like, I had some conversations behind the scenes. I spoke with Patricia myself, okay? And I have been advised that that company, and we can go back and pull up the company itself, because, after all of this debacle, they kind of like put the account on disabled. So the company over here, Limitless VIP Concierge, is a company that she owns with her husband, and there's multiple employees that work under this company. All right. The comment was made by an actual Black person in the company. All right. Y'all don't have to believe it. People in the chat might be like, Cap, Friday, you compromise. But I'm going to go with, I believe that. Okay. That the comment was made by somebody from their staff trying to defend Patricia. Okay. It was never actually confirmed. And listen, salute to my podcast people out here. Okay. I'm not even, I feel like I'm in a rock and a hard place right now because I'm about to apologize to Patricia, but I'm not trying to throw my podcast people under the bus. Okay. I fuck with Zoe. I fuck with the whole Relentless team. Everybody over there from time, G. Okay. And obviously sometimes people make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. For the people who are like, regular viewers of this, y'all have seen me make some huge mistakes, retract some major statements just because it is what it is. Sometimes you make a mistake. But with this whole thing here, I say all that to say, it wasn't coming from her husband's personal account. So, yes, Limitless VIP Concierge is who jumped in the comments, but who's to assume that it was her husband? Okay, again, not trying to throw Shorty under the bus as far as Zoe, but who's to assume that that was her husband if it wasn't coming from her husband's personal account? Okay, if it was literally from homie's personal account, I could say, okay, well, shit, what are you doing? You're calling Gala YN or calling their team a YN, but it's coming from a business account with a bunch of people who work for that business. So to assume automatically that, that must be your husband. That must be your husband responding. He racist. It's kind of irresponsible. Not trying to throw you under the bus, but kind of irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong, gang. Am I completely off about this? I just feel it's a little bit irresponsible to just be like, this is Limitless VIP Concierge equals Patricia Jaggernauth's husband automatically. You guys are crazy. Oh. Okay. So, with that all being said, and me getting my nosy ass up in the middle of this, as well as my co-host, like we had comments on this. Okay, a few mistakes were made. Like I said, it wasn't homie who made the comment. All right. Two, as far as with the whole thing of Patricia being the morning host, I think that's a good look. Right? I got behind the scenes information of how the ratings were with Smarter Than Ace, and they weren't that great. Okay. But even without that information, I would still say she's a great choice because of the tenure that she has in entertainment, the amount of equity that she has in our culture over here, as far as our Black people in Toronto, and being able to get things done. If they want to make Flow the destination place for everybody to go listen to stuff when they come into the city, then they're going to have to move some things around and get some big dogs in the building. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys my apology. All right, because I did make an apology. Sorry if y'all feel like I'm slow walking this shit, but it's important. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I want to formally apologize to @Patricia J for the recent reports and errors made while covering the story. Apologies to her husband for any misunderstandings. No harm was intended. End of the day, PJ is one of the GWOATs, all right, greatest women of all time, of Canadian media, and deserves her respect. Where's my round of applause? Okay, she's seen that apology. It was reposted on her Instagram stories as well. As far as with this whole thing between Relentless Diaries, or between Zoe
But my opinion
and Patricia J, I think this can be easily resolved. I'm not here to try to tell Zoe what to do because she's a big woman and she's running her own company and podcast and stuff like that. So she's a grown ass woman, but like, don't die on the hill of trying to stand on, oh, well, listen, I don't think that you should be there. I think that there should be younger blood over there. Okay, you could have that opinion, but like in the end of the day, this shit has snowballed into something that it didn't need to. Okay, family members involved and legal action. Like, I don't want no lawsuits. Okay, and this is not why my apology's happening. Okay, Friday Ricky Dread has not been threatened with a lawsuit. Okay, I'm just saying what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Okay, but when it comes to something like this, and there is legal action being brought to you, and maybe your podcast host and stuff like that, and the IP of your podcast probably can be in trouble because, like, bro, ain't nobody trying to pay out no money for standing on an opinion, bro. Like, really and truly, like, come on, bro. We've seen what happened to Cardi B trying to stand on, or with Tasha K trying to stand on the opinion that she had about Cardi B, and it was a defamation lawsuit that Cardi B had against her. Okay, she cleaned her up. No matter how good that Tasha K looks like she's doing, a percentage of her money, probably a large percentage of her YouTube money, whatever they're trying to allocate, or what gets what do you call it? Whatever they take the money from, is going to Cardi B until that shit is paid off. So I'm just saying, as an OG, podcast OG, some advice: fall back, fam. There's a 72-hour news cycle. Like, things get forgotten in 72 hours. We still here. I'm still talking about it because the shit keeps on snowballing. You still got to deal with it because it's a lawsuit that's on top of your head, and you don't want to have your co-host looking at you crazy like, yo, shorty, you trying to stand on this? Unless they support it, okay? But if you ain't sure that it's homeboy that, and I'm saying homeboy being Patricia Jaggernauth's husband, that made the comment, if you're not sure and you don't really have that 100% thing to stand on, like you didn't see him send you a video saying, yo, calm down, YNs, like he sent you a video in the DMs like, calm down, YNs, then I don't know how much you're gonna win. And I'm still looking at the post. It's right here on my screen. To be honest, I shouldn't even be seeing the post no more. You know what I'm saying? I've fucked around and taken down a lot of YouTube videos, okay? Because I make clips. I've been telling y'all motherfuckers to make clips forever, but you don't. But that's a whole other story, okay? But I've taken down multiple clips because of the fact that, like, somebody was like, yo, fam, that's hot. Or like, bro, I got a lawsuit pending right now and I'm not trying to get my shit fucked up. So, hey, it is what it is. And sometimes I charge people to take it down. But I'm not going to charge somebody if they try to sue me. So that's all I got, okay? I apologize to Patricia Jaggernauth for the mix-up that I've got into this and some of the inconsistencies and errors that I made in my news reporting, because it's not even for her, just for me, myself. I got to make sure that I do my news reporting right, okay? So it is what it is. And hopefully you guys can figure that out between the two of you, the two parties over there. That feels good. That felt good. That felt good. Holy lawsuit. Let me see what y'all are saying in here in the chat. Well, that was something, right? That was a story. That was some story time shit I brought you, bro. You should still be somewhat responsible for what is posted from something you own and your name is attached to. Yes, definitely. I can understand that. And that's why they made the communications behind the scenes, right? They're like, yo, fam, that's not me. But from what I heard, they weren't trying to hear it. Okay. But we're not, it's not like the communications weren't made as far as even trying to correct it if it is some type of problem. The real left, right? Honcho might be here for Monday's episode. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna double check to see if he's down to pull up for the Monday episode, but he's pulling up just now. Honcho is definitely overdue for another episode. YouTube is so behind. Twitch gives hold on. Big salute to you, Nice Glass. Let's see here. Zoe and Relentless, get on your Rock Nation vibes and send the PIs over to We Love Hip Hop like Rock Nation did to Grand Wizard. Bro, no, I am not compromised. Bruh. And you know what? Even if I do sound a little bit compromised, if I was, who give a fuck? I'm trying to get a bag out here. Are you guys crazy? I ain't trying to burn bridges for people on another podcast that wouldn't burn a bridge for me. Are you sick? Are you think they're gonna stand on some shit that We Love Hip Hop said? You know how much shit that happens over at We Love Hip Hop that they don't even announce on their show. Okay? They're just like oblivious to it. They act like it didn't happen, but they heard the whole fucking episode. You feel me? So as far as like dying on the hill of something that Friday Ricky Dread fucked up on, which I've done multiple times, I ain't depending on any of these other podcasts. So if I got to die on the hill for something else another podcaster says, oh, hell no, I'm not doing it. And if it in any way interferes or comes between me and my team getting a bag, guess what? Guess who I'm going to pick every single time? Me and my team. Sorry. It's just reality. Right? Kind of get a drop. Do you not forget? We the gangster podcast. They the Mesquite ones. Even though we the Mesquite ones too. Okay, but we the ones who like sit in front of killers and shit like that. But never. So I ain't worried about nobody. And I ain't even got no beef with them. I'm just saying, don't stand on the hill for something and try to get sued for them shit. I ain't doing that, bro. I guess my integrity ain't that high. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it, bro. I like money. I like freedom. The fuck? Anyhow.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.